Okay, we're gonna go to our next topic.
You got it.
Rocco, you can't get out of this now. I'm
Okay.
picking on you.
Okay, you got
All
it.
right, Rob, give us your topic.
All right, so my topic is going to be about pets. First off, I'd like to know, does anybody own any pets?
Yes,
Yeah.
sadly.
Okay, what do you got, Steve-O?
Well, actually, happily and sadly. Well, we got a Chihuahua, which I don't like Chihuahuas at all because they're mean and
Whose idea
they're
was that?
little assholes and everything like that. Oh, excuse me, a-holes. They're little a-holes. I've been bit by more Chihuahuas than any other dog because me and Rocco worked in a pet food store for 6 years. Dog lovers, shout out. And then I've got Abigail, which I love as a cat. Big fat cat, like 14 pounds probably. She's awesome. She's lazy. She comes over, lays on you, grabs your face, pulls you down like this and everything, makes you pay attention to her and everything. She's great.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess that was Rocco's old cat.
Yeah.
I'm glad he gave it to me. And then, yeah, that's all I have right now.
Gotcha. Ian, what do you got, man? You got any pets? Hold on. You're talking.
no.
I can't hear you.
You're muted, buddy.
Whoopsies.
There it is.
Toasty!
Yeah, tell about your dog 50 Cent.
Oh yeah, little 50 Cent here.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, you remember? I don't think I've
I-
heard about the story yet.
Okay, I don't know if I should tell it, but
Pedo or pedo, whatever they're called all over his ass.
Oh, yeah. No, but it's an accent. Pete don't understand.
yeah.
No.
I have Ziggy. She's awesome. She's one of the coolest dogs I've ever had. I've actually only had technically 2 dogs, so but
How many dogs do you have right now?
I just have the one.
Okay, gotcha.
We have adopted multiple dogs from my in-laws. Okay, it has been now Ziggy, then technically 2 German Shepherds and a Golden Retriever. But Ziggy's the last one. She's still kicking and she's surviving. She's 11 years old-ish. We don't know how old she is. She was from the past.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a mutt. You know, she's part Ridgeback and a few other things, but
Yeah.
she's very loving, very sweet, and she likes to bring you a present when you come home. And 99% of the damn time, it's my dirty socks because she goes into my hamper, pulls them out, and they're just everywhere in the house. And,
Yeah.
But she's a
Socks!
yeah.
Socks!
So good.
Let him
Got a little
sound-
piece of you in my mouth.
Exactly.
hey, Clay, man. All right, Clay, do you got any animals, man?
Man, I got yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we had dogs. That doesn't count. Like currently, we do not have animals. We dog sit a lot, and that consistently reminds us that we don't have an appropriate environment for a dog.
Yeah.
And B, it's a lot of work, and we're about to have a kid, so we do not want to have a dog until we've gotten that locked down.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
did have a dog. We tried it.
Yeah.
We got an amazing blue nose pit bull / lab mix.
Yeah.
And he was amazing, and he was awesome. But he slowly developed aggression towards humans who he did not know, particularly when he was around his home, his area. So it was almost like as he grew older, he his sense of what his home was, his territory, grew as well.
Yeah.
So his condo was an issue for a little bit, and then it started becoming the actual building. So anybody around the building, he started to get very guardy.
Yeah.
That led to some very scary and potentially people could sue us, right? So we had to give him up.
Gotcha.
And we gave him to a dog walker's friend at the time. They didn't really take care of him that well, and they ended up leaving him on the side of the road.
Oh my!
By a vet place. We got a call from the vet place because we still had him chipped. We found him. He was like limping. He had like scars on him.
Oh my god!
So we were like, we don't know what to do. So we gave him to the actual dog walker who had a bunch of dogs and took care of him and knew him from walking him earlier. She had an actual house with a big backyard that he can run. That I believe that's really what he needed to be able to do, and that worked really well for a while until he started nipping at her little niece, which is not okay.
No.
So he started to develop guardingness of that territory, and we found out after her taking him to the vet that he had some some joint issues that were constantly causing him pain, which probably attributed to a lot of the aggression.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so that was going to cost about $3,000 to take the
gosh.
surgery. We were all this while trying to find someone who would take him. We determined that with the $3,000 and nobody wanting to take a dog that is aggressive towards little kids, that we would have to put him down.
Yeah.
And so we said our goodbyes that day.
Gotcha.
And he was about 1 year old, a little bit after 1 year old.
Damn.
He was a rescue. We didn't know his past. We were pretty confident that he was found on the streets and just had to live like the way he did. So everything from the way he would go to the bathroom on concrete as opposed to grass, and the way he would eat anything. It was like, okay, this guy definitely grew up on the streets.
Yeah.
So it's a really tragic story. It's even more tragic that he added to the stereotype of what a pit bull dog is.
Yeah.
And which I don't believe is true at all.
I don't either.
And I loved him, and it kind of sucks.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I got a dog. I've had a few animals too in my past. My first animal that I got was a black lab. When I was a kid. Macy. Dude, I loved that dog so much. She was awesome, man. Such a great dog. She was crazy. If she was the only time she got crazy was if she didn't have everybody around her, you know? She was one of those family love dogs. But man, when she would get out of the house, she was gone. She wasn't one that would stay.
Man.
So the coolest thing ever was just being able to, your dog gets out, and then it was cool and not cool. You didn't want your dog to get hit by a car, obviously, but it was cool as in you get to have all the guys go out and go hunt your dog down and run as fast as you can, try to catch your dog who's obviously going to outrun you. Yeah, and she thought it was the funnest game ever. You know, she would just
she was like,
let you get close and then take off on you. You know,
she would. She would let you literally get close.
Yeah. So right now I got I had gotten a dog off the streets, like you had said, Clay. Back in college, his name was Sirius, and this dude had some pre-built, literally right off the streets. My neighbors were like, "Oh my god, I found this dog in the streets. Can you take your dog?" He was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And adopted the dog, and he had some pre-existing habits that were not well with my personality at all.
Right.
It led to aggression to his later with him, and he would have try to even bite me. Which at the same time I had gone through a breakup, so I was like, "You take the frickin' dog. I don't like the dog anyways. Keep that fucking dog."
And then
she did, and I ended up getting a cat, or he. I ended up getting, it was a he. Yeah, I thought you meant he is in the relationship. I was like, "Fuck you, dude." He's saying, you're like, or he. I'm like, no, what? I have nothing against him, but what are you calling me like that, bro? Coming at me like that.
That was a bad joke.
Yeah. So I got a cat, and it was the first time I ever owned a cat. Abigail, who was what Steven's talking about right now, and I love that cat. She was awesome. Got her from the pound, and she would like Steve-O was saying, play with your face and stuff like that, cuddle up right on your chest. But then I got her, and I had about 1 year, and I was gonna have to move into Atlanta, which eventually I did. And when I moved to Atlanta, I moved to my mother and my stepfather's house, and he's deathly allergic to cats. So I had to end up getting rid of the cat, which is why Steven was able to, obviously, thank you, Steve, but was able to adopt her, and she had 2 little ones to run around with, which is cool. But now I got a dog. And I'm loving him. He's awesome. He's great. He's tough, like you said, Clay. I got 2 kids, and a dog is whew,
I don't know how you do it,
dude, man.
And you play ranked League of Legends on Maelstrom Gamers.
You try to keep it together. That's the only thing that kind of is my outlet to just let it all go.
Yeah.
But on that point though, I have a question about you guys, because I owned a dog and I owned a cat, and I love dogs, don't get me wrong, but I kind of think that I'm a cat person after going through, having the experience of a cat, because it's they got a different mentality, man. I love the dogs. They're easy to please, where the cat, I feel is the challenge, is that game out there of we're playing the mind game, and I have to figure out if I'm able to pet you or not. Or are you going to cuddle me or not? What's going down today? Because you never give me that face, you always give me the straight. So... what about you guys?
You got somebody after you, Rocco? You keep looking over your shoulder. Do you owe people money?
I was expecting my family to come pulling up, and I was
okay.
What about you guys? Dog or cat?
I'm definitely a dog person. I'm not really much of a cat person. I've had bad experiences with them. Mainly, I lived with my brother who had cats, and the one cat would come up and start rubbing against you to have him to get pet. And then he'd get angry that you're petting him, and he'd bite you. I'm like, you're a piece of shit.
Well, that's the thing I'm talking about with the cats, man.
I don't know. My dog, she's cool. She comes up, she'll want to be pet, and she'll just the worst thing is that we always say that she should be on that the commercial, where they have the In the Arms of the Angel song and everything, and they're like, oh, just donate $1. Because she has these big brown eyes, and she'll put her ears down, and she'll just stare at you, like,
give you that look.
Do something. I'm like, oh,
a treat.
Yeah, but she's a great dog, and I'm definitely a dog person, and you guys know the past of my dog, and if Clay was there, I'd tell him a little bit more about that, but
tell the viewers.
Well, okay. So my dog has had a pretty crazy past. Now I'm not going to dive into the details of it all because my wife will probably shoot me. And my dog's been actually kicked by a horse. She used to roam 11 acres and she doesn't have a collar, she doesn't have a leash, she obeys everything. I can have the front door wide open. Now I've had a dog before where they just take off. But Ziggy, she'll just kind of wander around. If I call her, she'll come right up to me. Never have any issues of that. So just to bring up the speed, Clay, I'm giving the past of my my jailbird dog. She's been kicked by a horse, and she's actually. I know. She's
survived. That's right.
Yeah,
she's 50 Cent.
Yeah, she was shot by a 9mm through a gun accident. So
but she's a survivor.
Yeah, and
she's gonna make it.
They wanted a bunch of money, and I was like, I don't have $5,000 for this, and we ended up just saying, let's just bandage her up and see how it goes, and that was 2 years ago, and
she's still good.
She walked around with a 9mm slug in her side for about 4
months. Gosh.
It's crazy.
Steve-O, man, what about you? Cat or dog person, man?
I'm kind of torn in between the two. I love cats. I love cats a lot.
I love cats. I love every kind of cat.
Come on, man. I love cats. Don't start making fun of them now.
No, have you seen... After this, search YouTube for I Love Cats dating service. This woman tries to go on, Cupid.com and, do a video about herself. She immediately is like, okay, I like cats. And then she just starts crying uncontrollably.
Over cats,
Yeah. It's insane.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, send Rocco the link right now.
Oh, no, don't.
Yeah, click on it.
No, I'm kind of torn in between the two because, I love cats a lot. I like the whole aspect of what you're talking about, Rocco, as far as, you don't know when to pet them or not. When they come up to you, they're in the mood. When they're in the mood, they'll come up to you. You know what I mean? They come up meow, meow. Yeah. I'm like, what, man? What? And they're like, meow. And you're like, well, you want a treat? What do you want, man? You want to go outside? Open the door. They're like, nah, fuck outside. I mean, nah, screw outside. And then just go right back. I'm like, what do you want, man? And just I like that. But the other thing too is I love dogs, but the thing is I love them if they're bigger dogs. That's the thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Larger dogs, because I think they have they have a small dog's personality, and the thing is small dogs have a big dog personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I've grown up with big dogs my whole life and everything. I've grown up through 3 Rottweilers. English Mastiffs, Neapolitan Mastiffs. My favorite was Bishop, who was an English Mastiff. This guy was 283 pounds.
Yeah.
His head was like this, man.
Huge,
it was bigger than a watermelon. Rocco remembers and everything like that. Dude was the biggest baby, man. This guy, 283 pounds, would try to climb up into your lap. You'd pet him on the head, he would try to climb up to your lap. You'd have bruises on your legs and everything like that, man, from him. He was a great dog. So I'm torn between two. I would say both. I would say honestly both because I love them both. Yeah. But a dog only if it's a bigger dog.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about you, Clay? I mean, you said you had a dog and stuff like that and one as kids. Did you ever own a cat?
No. So I'm generally a dog person first and foremost. Yeah. But our friends Matt, who the audience might just be able to get to see in the coming weeks. He and his wife Amelia have an amazing cat named Henry, which is the best name for a damn cat. I just love old men names for pets.
Yeah.
And this Henry cat he's the coolest cat ever.
Yeah.
I love him to pieces. And then you think about the pros of what a cat offers is you just need to make sure you kind of feed them every so often. They are very independent.
That's what I like about them too. That's one of the big pluses is the independent side. Is you could do a vacation or something like that, put a week's food and water and stuff like that, and the cat would be fine. You clean litter box. Where the dog's would eat
all 4 bowls of food. The dog would eat all 4 bowls of food right then and there and not have anything for the rest of the week.
Yeah,
exactly.
The cat would be like, I'll eat a little bit, come back, I'll eat a little bit. You know what I mean?
Would you guys like to meet Ziggy?
Yeah, let's see Ziggy.
Come here, girl. Come on.
Ziggy.
Does she have a mask as well?
Come on.
$80 on Patreon. We'll take the mask off Ziggy.
Dude, I can already see her eyes, man.
I see what you're talking about.
There she is.
Yeah.
That's
So
my girl.
puppy.
Yeah. Look right up here.
11 years old.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God.
the other
She was the
question
one
I have,
about to throw up the other night,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
We were like, what is that noise? Okay, cool. Got
Hey,
it.
so you were saying though, so the cats, you like Henry, all right? So you've had that little experience with him, and you like that independent side.
Yeah. However, majority of cats are very like not cuddly. They do like they're kind of like it's really tough. Like I want to be able to cuddle with something here and there, but I like the independence of a cat. So I like.
You would love
throws at
Abigail then. You would love Abigail.
Okay. Yeah. See,
Absolutely.
I don't know. And you know, and the cat makes more sense for where Sarah and I are at our current like lifestyle.
Yeah.
We live in a condo. It's like four stories high up, you know, so getting outside, like, dude, taking a dog outside 5 o'clock in the morning, I gotta get up, clink on everything, put on my shoes, put on a hoodie or a jacket if it's raining. I gotta go out in the hallway, go all the way down the stairs, outside, walk around. It's so much different when I can just get up out of bed, literally not do anything but open up a door and let them go outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
fall onto
you're
the
gonna have
couch
a
for
kid?
10 minutes and then open up, like...
It's like, yeah, but he's not
You're
gonna
gonna
walk.
have a kid?
He's not gonna have to walk down the hall.
A
and all
kid's
that
different.
shit.
A kid's
Yeah.
different. I gotta do that for maybe like 2-3 years, right? And then like, okay, they'll be up and stuff and running,
okay.
and like a dog will do that for 10 years. I gotta do this for 10 years. I gotta get up and like it's insane. Like it's different.
But my dog, that's something I like about when I had my puppy, and he's almost going to be about 6 months right now. But I have that freedom of being able to just open the door and let him do his thing, and then go close the door and go back to bed. You know, it's not this huge like ordeal to get him outside to go to the bathroom. You know, but. And now he's not doing the 5 o'clock in the morning anymore, but he was definitely doing that when for his, you know, the first 3 months. It was like, oh fuck, like gotta get up all the time, all through the night, go get this dog out. Now I probably would have been irritated as shit if I lived in an apartment complex or a condo, and I have to work my way all the way down to.
It sounds small. It sounds so small, but I'm telling you, man, death by 1,000
It's not
cuts.
small.
Every time they want to go out,
3:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. You know, like.
And there's a big difference between, oh, he's by the door. Does he have to go out? And it's like, wow, he probably doesn't have to go out. I should check. I normally would check, but this means I have to get my shoes on, get my jacket on, open up the door, go all the way down for him to not piss, all the way back up. Then, you know what I mean? And then he goes by the door. It's like, fuck, should I do this again? As opposed to just opening the door and be like, yeah, pee if you want, don't pee if you want, park when you need to come back in. It's so different. So, yeah, man, it gets to you. And then, you know, what was the other thing I was going to say? Like a doggy door. Like, I can't even really have a doggy door for them to, like, just go out.
Right.
So it's kind of like where you're at in your life, where you're at in your environment, but also kind of like who you are as a person and what you're looking for in your pet, right?
Yeah.
Are you looking for that pet that I walk through the door and is jumping all crazy and wants my attention 24/7? Or do you want that pet that's just like, you know, you pet every once in a while, you cuddle with every once in a while, you enjoy its company every once in a while, but it's not really like always in your face and always on your shit. You know, well, it could be on your shit still. Cats tend to be like on your keyboards or whatever you're trying to do, or a dog might not be doing all that. But
well, they could be. Oh, my dog wanted to be up on my lap whenever I was playing. It was only when I was playing games. I was like, come on, man. Like, I can't.
At this time right now.
Yeah.
I got another question for you guys. What about exotic animals? What about exotic pets? Not just the cat and the dog.
I've had exotic pets. I've had exotic pets too growing up too. I've had 2 pythons I've had.
Ooh.
They were pretty cool. I like them a lot. I know you've had a snake before, Rocco. It was a boa. Was it boa?
Yeah, a boa constrictor. Yeah.
Yeah. The pythons are great. I don't really like snakes that much. My dad was into the exotic animals. Now we've had 2 cats right before they were exotic. They were mixed with like I wouldn't say a minx, but it's like a savannah.
Yeah.
With something else. And they were insane, dude. These things would literally attack us and like rip up the bottom of the beds and stuff like that. Now they were exotic. Now we've had everything from mice too. We have an African zebra mice.
Yeah.
If you guys ever get those, don't ever let them out. You will never catch them. They were the fastest mice in the world, man. You would never catch these things.
You domesticated mice?
Yeah, no, they were. You could buy them.
As pets?
They were African zebra mice. They were actually really cool.
Why?
Because we got them before.
But it's like
this is what happened.
about
This is what happened.
or they?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
what
okay.
happened is we were feeding the pythons, right? And what happened was once they get to a certain size, they move on from mice to rats, right? So what happened was we had a rat in the tub, you know what I mean? And he was about to eat him or whatever, but he didn't because he was too big. So we ended up keeping the rat. We had his name Stanley. And he was the coolest rat ever and everything like that. You know, he'd be on your shoulder. He would actually literally sometimes climb out of the cage. He would get out of the cage. And while you're sleeping, he would come and cuddle right next to your neck. And he was a cool rat. So we decided to get like more rats and everything like that. And
If
we
only
had
he
those.
knew what you guys tried to do to him.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
But yeah, and then we moved on to like, you know, my sister at the time wanted like an African, like the little zebra mice or whatever, like they're really small and everything. They were pretty fast. We've had that. We've had
the flying thing, whatever that shit is, the flying squirrel, whatever it is.
Yeah, my mom had that one. It wasn't a lemur.
No, I know exactly what you're talking
You're
about.
talking
My
about
friend said
sugar
that too.
squirrels or
Sugar squirrel.
Sugar
Yeah.
glider. Sugar
Sugar glider.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, those things were pretty crazy too. Those things were fun. We've also had the New Zealand huge rabbits that have long ears. Forget the long lop-eared bunnies or whatever. They grow to like 20 pounds. My dad had those. He used to sell those too.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had a lot of
tons
stuff.
of different animals, huh?
Oh,
Well,
emu. Remember the emu? We had a
don't
freaking
have any.
emu, dude. Yeah, my dad bought a house, right? My dad bought a house from these people up in Spring Hill, right? And on the land, they said that this emu came walking into their acre, that 2-3 acres.
Okay,
And
yeah, large.
and when he bought the house, they said you guys have to take the emu with the house. So my dad's like, okay, fine, you know, not a lot of things. So this thing's just we have an emu, almost looks like an ostrich. I don't know if you guys ever seen an emu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. And what happened is we ended up killing it because it started attacking our dogs. Right. These things have like talons, like 3 fingers that they can literally gouge your dogs and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
jeez.
Tastes horrible, by the way. Really gamey, meaty. Yeah, man. That was probably the weirdest pet I've ever had was an emu.
That's crazy.
There's
So-
some exotic animals right there, man.
Well, so to go along with the exotic animals, when I was in college, I had a roommate, my buddy Matt. He had an African gray. Now, an African gray, they have like a vocabulary of like.
Oh, parrots. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
it's a parrot, and I mean he's about like yay big, but they're so smart. Literally,
Yeah.
the smartest thing I think animal out there because he would break out of his cage, and it was like a game every time. And literally, we would take like tools and like tighten them with wrenches and everything as hard as we could, and he would unscrew the bolts, kick open his cage, and just go around. And I'll never forget. And our roommate didn't take great care of him, but there's so many stories about him that we had a buddy bring his girlfriend over at the time, and she was kind of a bitch. And but it's so funny because
She was kind of a bitch.
yeah. So
Sorry,
the
family show.
yeah, exactly. So his name was Jack, and Jack was in his cage, just chirping and everything. And she came over. She's like, "Oh, pretty bird," and the bird goes, "Slut."
Oh my gosh.
I lost it. It was one of the funniest things I ever seen.
Oh my god.
He used some bad words. He used some bad words.
Wow.
But I
Oh,
was
man.
sleeping one day, and I had a test that morning. I was in chemistry in college, and out of nowhere one morning, I just hear this big like flapping, and something slam against my window. Now Jack he didn't have his talons or his beak shaved, and he didn't have his wings clipped. So literally, he's a flying, like, attacking bird, and he would definitely attack you sometimes. So I have this bird in my room that when I woke up, I ran out in my underwear, and I just closed the door. So he's in there just screwing up my room, and my other roommate, I lived with 2 Matts. The other Matt, we went in there with this cage and, like, treats and everything to try to get him back in, and he would just sit on top of the cage and stare at us. And he'd just
come
start
on, dude.
flapping and, like, saying stuff to us, like, so I'm like, you are such an asshole.
That's awesome.
I want to
Yeah.
kill you, Gray. What about
That's
you?
cool.
What about you, Clay? Anything?
No, I had some hermit crabs.
Gotcha. Oh, wow. Super exotic.
They would
Wait,
make
what kind of
noise in the
crabs?
middle of the night, like you hear like little sand moving, like.
Last thing real quick to wrap that one up is that exotic wise, I had thought about before getting the dog about getting the Savannah cat you were talking about. That's kind of crazy there, Steve, because I like cats like I was saying, but I would like a bigger cat, one of those exotic cats, not
Like a tiger.
not a tiger sitting in my freaking couch like I seen on a YouTube video with these crazy ass guys. But, you know, a Savannah cat that's like the size of a small dog, you know, that enjoys water, that's a very playful cat, is very active too. And they even like to go outside on a harness and whatnot and be walked too. They enjoy that kind of environment. So I was thinking about that idea, going down that route. We ended up doing the dog instead because it just was going to be a better situation for us and the kids and whatnot right now. And LJ kind of was looking for the dog, and it was his fourth birthday present.
Awesome.
But anyways,
cool.
Good one.
Topic, man.